Hello, everybody. Today we are talking about my injuries. So let's just get right into it with my first injury on this list. This is one of the first injuries that I remember. So I was on a bike on a very wide sidewalk, and I'm just biking along, and I encounter three people who managed to take up the whole sidewalk, each having headphones on and not paying much attention. And I had just learned how to bike, so I swerve into the grass, not really knowing what to do, because they're all taking up the sidewalk, there's no room for me. I swerve into the grass, I wipe out, and I got 3 scrapes. It wasn't that bad, but I figured I'd put it in here. Yeah, it was just kind of bad, because nowadays I can bike in the grass fine, but I had just learned how to bike, and I wiped out. So moving on to another injury that had to deal with baseball. And most of these injuries, there's 5 in total, 4 out of 5 have to deal with sports. So this next injury, as I said, it has to deal with baseball. I was up to bat in a baseball game. The batter before me had just got hit by a baseball right in the nose, and he had a bloody nose, and I'm up after, so I'm a little worried that he's going to hit me, but I'm like, there's no way he hits 2 people in a row. And so I'm up to bat. The pitcher throws the ball and hits me right in the back. And I fell over, and then they wouldn't even let me take my base. So that was kind of sad. So then I went up to bat after. And yeah, I don't know if I hit it or not. I don't remember. But yeah, that's that, I guess. I have 2 football-related injuries. Which I'll talk about one of them right now. This one happened before the other one. The second football injury I'm going to talk about, that one happened very recently. So this football injury, it deals with getting the wind knocked out of me. It was just a simple play, which all of these, they aren't horrible injuries, but I just thought I'd talk about them today. So yeah, I just catch a pass. This wasn't even in the game. This was just playing around. And I got hit on the tackle and got the wind knocked out of me. So that's that. Now I'm going to move over to a basketball injury, which I was playing basketball with a bunch of friends. And how the court was it wasn't like we weren't playing full court. It was just like quarter of the court, because the middle of it was usually set up for volleyball. So there's a bunch of volleyball people there. And I'm running around trying to get open for a pass. One of the volleyball people bumps into me fastly, and I hit the ground. I hit my leg, my arm. I don't remember super well, but yeah, that hurt. I stayed out for a while until we left the gym, or I left the gym, and yeah, that was it for that, but it wasn't intentional or anything. And now the final injury, which was probably the worst. It wasn't really an injury, but probably the worst thing that happened on this list. This is the other football injury. So it was football practice, and I was wide receiver at the time. We were doing this drill. They had a quarterback, a center who would go for a route, a wide receiver, a defensive back, and our coach was being the other defensive back. And then, so I just do a simple route, get past the ball. It wasn't even that fast of a pass. I should have caught it, but it hits me right in the stomach or the chest. I'm pretty sure it was the stomach. And the last thing I remember was I couldn't breathe, and I got the wind knocked out of me. And that's the final thing I remember, because my coach said I took a U-turn, and then I just fell face planted right into the ground. So I was unconscious for a second, but right after I tried to get up, I was all shaky, and then my coach was telling me to stay down, And I couldn't register that immediately, but once I did, I sat down. We stayed a little bit and sat there, and then we left practice. So, yeah, that was the worst one on here. But that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Twerp signing off.